We got a little bit of a theme today. Not only buy to some of the things that happen, like R. Kelly, as Anna's about to tell you, but also a little bit of justice. Like finally, justice come back to R. Kelly.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming on this one too.
Yes, and so the beginning of that justice actually included an interview that R. Kelly had with Gayle King. And this video was incredible to watch because he had such an epic meltdown and claimed that he was fighting for his life. R. Kelly is facing trial. 4 women are involved in that trial. The charges include 4 women, 3 of whom were underage at the time that he allegedly sexually assaulted them. Now, there is some evidence that has been reported. Of course, no one's seen this evidence so far, but it does include a video featuring a 14-year-old girl in a sexual situation with R. Kelly. And so there's good reason to believe that as this case moves forward, he could be convicted with some very serious sexual misconduct charges. Now, with that said, he wanted to defend himself, so he did an interview with Gayle King on CBS, and we have some clips for you. So we're gonna go through these clips and discuss. Let's take a look.
You're saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
Why would these women say the same thing about you? That you are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress. Why would all these women tell these different stories about you if they were not true? And they don't know each other. That defies logic to me.
Right. Until you hear the explanation. You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me. R. Kelly did this to me. And if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing.
So while it's true that anyone can say anything they want about you on the internet, and we should know, you don't get charged simply because people are saying things about you on the internet. There needs to be enough evidence to charge you. Yeah. And so he's been charged and he is going to face trial for these allegations.
Yeah, one of my favorite charges is that I've been accused by the right wing of being brown. No cops have come to arrest me because that's not how it works. The cops arrest you when they think they have evidence on you that you've committed a crime.
Let's go to the next clip.
Have you ever had sex
No.
with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never.
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm gonna tell
and
you
what
something,
the
Gayle.
women
There's
said
one
about you.
I'm gonna
What
tell
the
you
women
something.
said about you.
What women said about me. What women. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
Mm-hmm. So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character.
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
It kind of reminds me of when Bush said Saddam killed all the Mandelas. So I know he's talking about character assassination, but look, there's a lot of evidence. Okay, so he's forcefully denying it, but there's a misunderstanding of the law that we're going to get to in this interview that I think is
pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and I think it shows you what's actually going on in R. Kelly's head.
Next video.
How stupid would it be for R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were
That's
holding.
stupid, guys.
I didn't.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
I don't know what he was referring to when he said the shoes from their uncles, but remember he married a 15-year-old, Aaliyah. Now that wedding was, or that marriage was annulled, pretty soon after it happened. But she was underage, so that's issue number one. Issue number two, he wanted to bring up his past, so let's bring up his past. He was tried and unfortunately acquitted when a video came up allegedly featuring him having sex with an underage girl, right? Now,
and doing other things.
And doing other things that I don't want to get into. But look, when you have fame and you have fortune, more importantly, and think about when that case was tried, that fortune can buy you a certain level of justice, or I would argue injustice that other people can't get. He was acquitted because they couldn't identify without beyond a reasonable doubt that it was him in the video. Yeah, so that's how he got acquitted.
That doesn't mean you didn't do it, man. They just couldn't see in the grainy video with 100% certainty that it was you. Although the rest of us could see it with 98% certainty. Anyway, but this is what, look, to be fair, if they're falsely accusing you, you say they're lying on me, right? But everyone who's also rightfully accused says they're lying on me. And one of the most common defenses is, I wouldn't be stupid enough to do that. And oftentimes the criminals are quite stupid enough to do that. So we've got more here. Let's keep going.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not true. Doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career. I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart. Because my heart is so big. People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's probably his number one problem. He has such a big heart, that's why he took in underage girls into his house. Or there's another explanation.
I also want to note that he brought up his children and how he's trying to have a relationship with his children. He was arrested today because today was the due date to pay child support. And since he did not pay child support, he was arrested. It was his child support hearing.
Yeah, it's when people are committing the crimes, they're not often thinking of their children. But when they get caught, all of a sudden, but did you know I have kids? No, did you know you had kids? Apparently not, because you didn't pay their child support.
So I also
it's not like he doesn't have enough money.
I also want to comment on the way that he behaved in that video, right? Because it reminded me of Brett Kavanaugh, although I'll be fair to Kavanaugh, I guess. He didn't lose it to the same extent that R. Kelly did. But the angry, emotional outburst, it's amazing because when I see it, it doesn't do anything for you. Like I see it and it makes you lose credibility, and
I just think it depends on the situation, and I said the same thing in Kavanaugh, right? If you're wrongly accused, yeah, you'd go ballistic. But a lot of people who are rightfully accused do that and they overreact. So, and the same with Trump, witch hunt, it's a hoax, and the histrionics and the theatrics, etc.
And also, Gayle King was asked whether she felt like she was in any danger in that part of the interview, and she says that she wasn't, and I believe her. I mean, she's surrounded by producers and people who can be there to protect her, but at the same time, I mean, that is not a comfortable situation to be put in, where you have this guy towering over you, and he's like, very physical, and he's like thumping his chest angrily. It was not a good idea. The fact that his publicist allowed this to happen, the fact that his lawyers allowed this to happen, it's kind of mind-boggling to me. But there's more, so let's take a look at the next video.
What is your relationship with them?
I love them, and it's like they're my girlfriends. It's like, we have a relationship. It's real. And I know guys, like, I've known guys all my life to have 5 or 6 women, okay? So don't go there on me, okay? Because that's the truth.
The fact that they're much younger than you.
I don't look at much younger than me. I just look at legal. I just look at you're you, I'm me. Now, I don't know if you're married. I don't know. I don't know if you had a relationship. I don't know what I don't know. Mm-hmm. But one might be older than the other. Mm-hmm. One might be younger than the other. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I just look at legal. Okay.
Wow, that was not a good defense. Okay, one might be younger than the other is not a good beginning to a defense when you're accused of having sex with underage girls. But when you have to constantly ask yourself, are they legal? You might have issues.
Okay, final clip.
People are going back to my past, okay? That's exactly what they're doing. They're going back to the past, and they're trying to add all of this stuff now to that, to make all of the stuff that's going on now feels real to people.
But the past is relevant with you with underage girls.
Absolutely no, it's not.
Why?
Because for one, I beat my case. When you beat something, you beat it.
You were acquitted.
We can't double jeopardy me like that. You can't. It's not fair. It's not fair to nobody. When you beat your case, you beat your case.
But I'm not talking about the one case in which you were acquitted. I'm talking about the other cases where women have come forward and said, R. Kelly had sex with me when I was under the age of 18. R. Kelly was abusive to me emotionally and physically and verbally.
Okay.
R. Kelly took me in a black room where unspeakable things happened.
But it's not double jeopardy.
You idiot. If you beat one charge of having sex with underage girls, that doesn't mean you can't be charged for having sex with underage girls if they're different girls. It's like OJ going and murdering someone on TV and going, no, it's okay, it's double jeopardy. I already got off on this one. No, not on this one. So you see, to me, that's the most damning part and the most important part. This idiot thinks he can't be legally culpable because he already beat one charge on this. And so when he says, do you think I'm that stupid? Apparently the overwhelming answer is yes. Yes, you are that stupid. Wow.
So again, look, we're not convicting him, he needs to go through trial. And if this evidence does in fact exist and they bring it to trial, he's in a lot of trouble. I think that he will be convicted. And the 14-year-old girl who allegedly secretly filmed this encounter with him just so she can compile the evidence, she did something, courageous, brave, important, because if he's guilty, he's been getting away with this for a very, very long time. And I think that we're seeing this case from a completely different lens because of the Me Too movement. I think people take these situations a lot more seriously. And remember, people weren't really talking about it as much until Lifetime came out with that docuseries. And so media matters, media makes a difference. And in this case, it could convict someone who has victimized countless women.
And the last thing I'll say is related to your point about Kavanaugh, there is a certain entitlement, right? Well, I already beat this charge. I'm rich, I'm famous. I've been doing this a long time. I've been getting away with it for a long time. So why don't you just leave me alone? Because you don't get to do illegal things, and just because you did them in the past and didn't get caught or beat the charge doesn't mean that you get to continue doing them. And it's that overwhelming sense of entitlement that might partly lead to their reaction that's so over the top and filled with rage. How dare you hold me accountable? Well, happy to report it's a sad day for you. It looks like you are finally going to be held accountable. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.